It's time to review Gangreene Estates Theodore Sodcutter. Let's do this. Hey guys, me host Super Sorrel, thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! This is an awesome action figure from Mezco Toys. This is Gangreene Estates Theodore Sodcutter. And it looks absolutely stunning, this action figure. I cannot wait to bust this out of the box. It just looks amazing. Look at that. So basically I was thinking, I can't call my new room in my new home, I can't call it the collector's crypt without some form of groundskeeper, crypt keeper, keeper of the grave. And that's what this guy is going to be all about for my collection. Theodore Sodcutter. This is amazing. Link in the description of where you can grab one of these. It's actually in stock, because this is out of stock in a lot of places now. But there is a link in the description if you want to go grab it. I got mine for around about 120 quid. It's totally worth it. This thing's amazing. So let's jump straight in and take a closer look at Theodore Sodcutter.
What's your favorite scary movie?
First of all, guys, before we jump into this, we've got to take a closer look at this awesome artwork, because look at that. It's beautiful, and that continues all the way down the box. The box is pretty big. If I spin it around, there's the groundskeeper. He looks awesome. And there's all the little minions and the Mezco Toys logo. Spin it around again. We've got this awesome artwork, his name, the Mezco exclusive logo, and the Gangreene Estates logo. And the Gangreene Estates logo there on the side. If we open the box, the artwork continues on the inlay of the box. That's how cool this box is. If I open this up, look, that artwork is all the way through this thing. You can almost unfold this box and use it as a diorama, to be honest. It's so beautiful. So we've got the top tray, which includes the figure and his first couple of portraits and some hands. Taking that out, second tray gives us his accessories and some more hands. And then the third and final tray gives us the batteries to light him up, the Gangreene Estates stand, a headstone, and whatever's in there. I don't know what's in that. But yeah, we've got all sorts here. So let me start unboxing. Oh, look at that on the back of the box. Oh, that artwork, man. I'm loving the artwork on this thing. That is nice. So please excuse my ignorance when it comes to Mezco, because obviously this is like one of my first times dipping my foot into this territory of the 112. But inside the box, there's like a nice little bag to keep. Is that for all the accessories, I think? So you know which ones are good for this guy, I don't know. But either way, that's a really cool little... I like the fact that it's a proper like Ziploc bag as well. That's nice. So we have the tombstone here, which... Oh, Miss Sodcutter. Miss Sodcutter is as well in the ground, except for her head, which Theodore carries around. Oh, I like that little rhyme. That feels like very haunted mansion to me. Theodore Sodcutter rests in this spot, dug his last grave, laid down to rot. Again, that's so cool. That is just like a haunted mansion kind of feel to it. That's what this figure feels like to me. It feels like it's straight out of like a Disney attraction, because it's horror, but it's not like scary horror kind of thing. So there's the rope. This rope can be used to attach that to his back, basically. But I won't be doing that on this video, because I won't be displaying him like that. I need this gravestone, because all the gravestones I have are going to be used for a diorama in my new room. They've given us some batteries. I'm not sure if that's because we need them to light the things up, or whether these are spares. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll find out. And then, of course, we've got the arm piece that holds him to the base. And then we've got the Gangreene Estates base. Alright guys, here is Theodore Sodcutter out of the packaging. He's got very much has got like a crypt keeper look to him, hasn't he? It looks like something out of Creepshow or... So yeah, this is such a cool thing. Now, you can make him look up, but his head does pop off very easily. But you can move it left and right. He's got like a hunchback, so you kind of want to... You don't really want to have him looking up too much. I kind of imagine him like dragging his leg behind him, like... But yeah, very cool looking fig. Plenty of heads to play with as well. Like this one's just the basic one that's on there right now. So his arms lift out to the side and then bend at that elbow joint, but I don't want to hinge that too far, likewise, because I don't want to break anything on day one. I need this guy. And we can rotate his hands around. There is plenty of movement, though. There is a crunch at the abdomen there, and a bit of a swivel. We have single hinged, or no, double hinged knees there, actually. Double hinges. There is a top thigh cut. And the feet are on sort of a rocker and a pivot with display peg holes. I would recommend the display base with this one, because he does look like he's going to fall quite regular, to be honest. But saying that, he stood on the felt, and he looks good on this backdrop because he's a groundskeeper. So this looks cool. Right. So, to the bunches of accessories that came with this guy. Oh, he does come with a cloth scarf as well, but I've took it off because obviously when I took the head off to put the batteries in, because yes, the batteries in this pack, you do have to put them in the things. They weren't spares, they were the original batteries. So the scarf just kind of unravelled a little bit, but you can wrap that back round if you want. Other than that, to show you the function, so basically, if you take his head off, underneath you'll see there's a little switch. You have to pull this part out to put the batteries inside. Once you've done that, we need to flick the little switch here on the back of his head, which then lights up the eyes, which just makes him look all the more sinister. I'll have to get some shots of him at night for you, all lit up. But that's not the only head we've got. We've got an array of different heads to try out here, including this one. In fact, I'll just show you the heads without the fig. So we've got this one. Again, a very decrepit corpse. He's rotting away. This one with the extended jaw, like he's scaring somebody, that's pretty cool. With the eyes literally popping out of his skull. A bit more of a regular sinister look with some teeth. That one is just scary beyond belief. Look at that. And then a more sinister smile. But yeah, the light up one is definitely the way forward for me. But those other ones are just amazing. We're going to pop that head back in like that. Very nice and simple. I wish they'd have made it so that you could use... Oh no, actually I think you can. Ah, smart. Okay, just realised something. So when we want to change heads, it's not a case of just changing the head. We've got to take this piece out and basically put that into their look. So then that means every set of eyes light up. Oh, that's clever. So every head lights up. I like that. So that means we can light up all of these expressions. That's cool. Or I'm going to have to play around with that in a bit. See which is the most sinister head to light up. Because I was going to keep this one on because it lights up. I didn't realise the other ones like use the same... You have to use the same peg to light them all up. I like it. But he comes with so many accessories as well. Like he comes with his hat. So we've got the hat. Like a hat box hat. Again, the Haunted Mansion references. The Hatbox Ghost. That does complete the look, to be honest, that top hat. I love it. But there is a more of a squashed version of it. So if you didn't want it quite so high, you could give him the squished up version. But to be honest, I do like the traditional big top hat, big Victorian top hat. He also comes with a bag, which actually does open. Oh, we have to lift up the skull, and then that can open up. Quite large as well. There's plenty of room there to play with, because he also has the head of the severed head of his wife. Again, that's got an underneath bit, and yeah, this piece is for him to hold on to so he can carry her severed head, basically. But this piece does come off. And what you can do is once you've taken that piece out, a head will then fit in the bag. It will just slot. Oh, come on, there we go. It will just slot in the bag and then close up, because like the thing said, Miss Sodcutter is as well in the ground except for her head, which Theodore carries around. So literally he is carrying her head around in his bag. Again, very cool attention to detail and character development there. I like that. I like when thought goes into creating something like this to like give it character and personalization. And so yeah, so there's the severed head, the head, the bag, a pickaxe to start picking at the frozen solid ground with a nice spiraled wooden handle. A big spade, which is battered and torn from his years of digging graves. Oh, there's another hat here as well, so you don't even have to have a top hat, you can have a bowler hat. I wish his head looked up just that little bit more, to be honest. He kind of looks like he's looking down all the time. I want him to look up a little bit more. There you go. But yeah. Again, I'm not sure if I want the bowler hat. It's cool, but I do like the top hat. I am definitely partial to a top hat. Like I said, he got his scarf, all the different heads, the squashed hat, and then his lantern, which he physically can hold and carry around. And again, if we tip it upside down, there is this little bottom part here. If we open this, which I'm going to have to do off camera because I have no nails. Bear with me. Oh yeah, I actually did manage to open it. Yay! And again, I can flick the little switch on here. And then it lights up. Very cool. Quite a lot of glow coming off that as well. It's a very bright LED in there. It does actually light up really well. And that's all. The thing is, I don't like the fact that the batteries are then on show. You have to kind of light it and then put the thing back together. But there's like a weakness in this door hinge for me. Because it does just want to pop open all the time. I have to kind of shut it and then like try and wedge that clip shut. But either way, very cool. Nice. And then he comes with an abundance of hands, which I won't go through all of them here, but we do have an abundance of hands, some of which are really cool, like the big pointing your next hand. Hands that he can hold things with, like disgusting, like you could use that hand as kind of like a, I didn't want to hold it. You know, open palm hands, grab hands, come here hands, grab hands for the weapons and all that good stuff. Big flat palmy hands. There's all sorts. There's so many different hands for this character. So you're not gonna look. I mean, look at all these hands. Look, ready? All that, and again, all these different heads to choose from. It's an insane piece. Don't forget the wire that goes with him to tie his thing on, and we've the base as well. Look at all that. All that comes with him for around about 120 quid. It was a little bit more when it came out. I think about 140, 50, but I got mine for around about 120. Absolute bargain, if you ask me. An absolute steal. And like I say, there is a link in my description if you want to grab this for yourself. So here he is with the NECA Dracula. He could very easily be used as an Igor type character or something weird and peculiar with the NECA figures, because he does scale very well with the NECA stuff. He's not going to scale well with your Legends, sadly. Marvel Zombie does look a little bit small and peaky at the side of him. Diamond Select, however, definitely could work with it. But you could get away with having him with your mythic legions. If you already own this figure though and want to expand your collection, you could get the Necker Dracula set that comes with the coffin and many like rodent and rat accessories that could act very well as a diorama piece for this character. And yes, if you wanted to, he could fit inside. But ghouls and goblins, get ready to get used to this face, because this will be the face of my collection going forward. As we expand into my new house and into the collector's crypt, this will be our groundskeeper, keeping watch over the collection, making sure nobody escapes the grave. I suppose there's just one last thing to ask. Is it Halloween yet? There's only one good way to end this video, and that's to say, keep it creepy.